Hello. Check, 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 check. What's up, guys? Let's fucking go. All right. Guys, I just want to listen to this banger mix. The 1 hour of new Rip Squad beats slash collabs. My stream should just be playing Rip Squad all the time. Let's see. I need to get back in the loop with streaming, man. I have not been streaming enough. I've been streaming. When was the last time I streamed? I think it was like the 20th of last month or something. Time has just been flying by so fast. I've been busy with like school and some other projects on the side, but yeah, I just need to like, I don't know. I feel like I look at like drama stuff and I just feel uninterested in a lot of it. But like back when I started streaming, I would just throw together literally every story that I came across and like talk about it. And I feel like that's good content anyways. I usually end up interested in things once I start talking about them, but I don't know. Anyways, let's get right into Mr. Beast. You guys know how much I hate the fucking Mr. Beast drama. The Mr. Beast drama is terrible. It's really boring. Basically, most of it just boils down to there's like a couple good critiques of Mr. Beast that people have questions about, and then you have all these people basically throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks, like Dogpack. He could have had a really strong argument if he just focused on like the Delaware thing and like the Ava Chris Tyson thing. But instead, it feels like he just started throwing in all these insane allegations, and he's not even doing a good job with them. Like some of the allegations, he's just reporting things before he even knows the full story. Like what was it? There was like a guy who he said was alleged to have like been a domestic abuser, and he saw that the guy was like on had like a criminal record, but he didn't even know if it was actually the guy because there were like a bunch of people with the same name. He did something else like that too recently, but it escapes me. This stuff just all starts to blend together for me, especially after like 3 months. Um, but this is what I am interested in, which is Mr. Beast's actual response. And it looks like this response is a reply to his original tweet where he talked about how he found all of the stuff about Chris online and like didn't know about it and was disgusted and decided to cut Chris off. So in this tweet, he also says he hired an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation. So this response is a follow-up to that. This is like a very, very legalistic response. Basically, it's just what the lawyer gave him. So let's check it out. A 3-month investigation into allegations regarding my company has concluded. The law firm / investigators reviewed millions of documents and messages and conducted 39 interviews. I was asked to refrain from making public statements to enable a detailed and unbiased investigation. Below are their conclusions. What's up, Mongolian? That's awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that my stream makes you feel so comfortable. We'll take a look at the community note after. Let's see. Dear Board of Directors, as you know, in July 2024, Mr. Beast LLC engaged Quinn, I'm not reading his full name, Sullivan LLP to conduct an internal investigation into specific allegations made publicly, incidents reported internally, and issues raised by employees in interviews, including with respect to current and/or former company personnel and the company's workplace environment and culture. At your direction, Quinn immediately launched a comprehensive investigation, which has now concluded. The following sets forth certain key findings and conclusions from the investigation without waiving any applicable privileges, including but not limited to the attorney-client privilege and work product protection. As an initial matter, to protect the investigation's integrity, On July 31st, Quinn requested that a former employee, Dawson French, this is Dogpack, cease making public allegations against the company. His name must be public already. I mean, this is a Mr. Beast tweet with 12 million views, so. As those were the topic of an ongoing investigation, we also requested that current employees refrain from public comments to ensure the investigation yielded accurate information and that witnesses were not tainted. The intent was to foster candid interviews and complete cooperation with the investigatory process. Quinn conducted 39 interviews of current and former employees, over 4.5 million documents collected from mobile phones, emails, telegrams, discords, WhatsApps, and Slack were processed and reviewed. Wow, they were looking at the Slack group chats, dude. Chris Tyson had a Gooner Slack chat. The collaboration and cooperation sought at the outset were achieved throughout this process. Quinn thoroughly investigated all public allegations and any others that arose during the investigation. The investigation produced the following significant findings: allegations of sexual misconduct, pedophilia, grooming, CP, etc., between company employees and minors are without basis. The allegations were soundly rejected, including by alleged victims. Allegations of the company knowingly employing individuals with proclivities or histories towards illegal or questionable legal conduct are similarly without basis. Here, too, the allegations were uniformly rejected. So this part is addressing Chris Tyson, which is interesting because Mr. Beast did personally cut off Chris Tyson from the company. This part right here, I believe, is referring to Delaware, which was a guy who was an actual registered sex offender. It happened, I think, when he was like 16 and the girl was like really young, like she was like 11 or something. So what they're saying in this is that Mr. Beast did not know that this guy was a registered sex offender, and he didn't know the story when he hired him. Several isolated instances of workplace harassment and misconduct were identified during the investigation. The company was informed of such conduct and took swift and appropriate actions to address the incidents, including, where necessary, disciplining or letting go of implicated individuals. So I'm curious what this was about, because I haven't been super tuned into the Mr. Beast stuff. These two are the ones that I'm most familiar with. Was there an allegation of like people being like sexually harassed in the workplace or something? I'm very curious to see what comes of that. All right. As you are well aware, the company has grown exceedingly quickly from a YouTube startup comprised of a group of talented young individuals to a much larger entity. It is not uncommon that policies and practices essential in a mature company would lag behind commercial success. I mean, yeah, like he's just saying they're a bunch of kids. They've never run a big company before, I feel like. This appears to have been the case here and has, in certain instances, allowed for inappropriate conduct. It is clear that the company is committed to remedying historical issues and creating a mature culture where problematic behaviors are not tolerated as it enters this new phase. The company has already implemented or is in the process of implementing changes to ensure a safe and professional corporate culture today and moving forward. These include sending a clear message regarding tone at the top. Tone? Sending a clear message regarding tone at the top. What does that mean? Hiring a new chief executive officer, chief people officer, and general counsel, and soon to be hired a chief financial officer. Soon to be hired, are they saying they're replacing the CFO? Or did they just not have a CFO before? Implementing mandatory corporate training for all employees, developing new policies codified in an employee handbook, establishing an anonymous reporting mechanism / hotline for employees, swiftly terminating individuals who violated company policy, regardless of their position or level within the company. So is this talking about Chris as well? Identifying additional employees for targeted training and executive coaching to address professionalism and compliance with company policy. This officially concludes our investigation. We remain available if you need any follow-ups or have further questions. Okay, so that's the response. Here is the community note. The second finding is incorrect. Mr. Beast hired Delaware as a manager despite knowing he was a registered sex offender. So this is what Jake the Viking said. Keep in mind that Delaware is Jake's brother-in-law. Here's the truth. Yes, Delaware is my brother-in-law. Yes, he is an RSO. When he was 21, a 16-year-old girl accused him and others of SA when she was 11. Delaware took a plea deal. That's why there was no jail time, but he still had to register. His nickname isn't Delaware because he can't go back to Delaware. He's from Delaware. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So this was something that Dogpack spread, I think, or who's the other guy? Jake Weddle. He said that his name is Delaware because he can't go back to Delaware because he's a sex offender. He's been back several times. He was hired before I was, and was actually the reason I got hired at Mr. Beast. Before being hired, Delaware sat down with Jimmy and Sue, Jimmy's mom, and explained to them everything. So yes, Jimmy knew. But again, this incident happened in 2010. Delaware was hired in 2017, 2018. Delaware was also let go from the company before I was. Delaware was supposed to be a behind-the-scenes manager, but in a couple videos, he was asked to partake because we needed people. He was reluctant, especially in the straitjacket video, because of his charges. They put him in a straitjacket, and that's why he wore the mask. Delaware's charges are set to be dropped this fall. Delaware has been nothing but a good person, an amazing husband to my sister, and the best father to my two nieces that I could ever ask for. They want no part in this and just want to live their lives away from the limelight. I understand why anyone would be upset and frustrated over these allegations, and I do not blame them. Hurting kids in any way is completely unacceptable. But in the case of Delaware, I firmly believe he did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong? And look forward to the day these charges are dropped. So, the important part here is just that Jake the Viking is claiming that Jimmy and Jimmy's mom knew. The problem is with this isn't enough to, like, prove anything in, like, an investigation, an internal investigation in a company, I feel like. Like, the problem is they have an incentive. All that they have to say is, all that Mr. Beast would have to say, even if this is true, all Mr. Beast has to say is, yeah, I was not aware of that at the time. Only he and his mom were there, apparently. So if Mr. Beast hired him, he can just say, yeah, I don't remember that. That didn't happen. I wasn't aware. And I mean, it would make sense for him to claim that. He's trying to get, you know, as little heat on his company as possible. But yeah, a lot of people are confused about this. They're basically, you know, saying Delaware knew and stuff, and that Mr. Beast this report is false or something. But I don't know. I kind of agree that I want him to address the allegations directly. Like, I feel like he needs to say something in his own words. But I mean, the problem is this stuff is, like, all on behalf of his company. So, like, he would have to be, like, very careful with what he says specifically, because the allegations are, like, against the company. I'd be very interested to find out what he addresses, though. Like, because so many of the allegations are just, like, completely bullshit, like things that have been blown up to, like, this huge extent because everyone's just dogpiling him right now. Like, these things are, like, very, very serious allegations. But a lot of the things, like the Lunchley thing, Lunchley has mold. Like, okay, yeah, that's a bad product launch. Why is that being brought up when, like, there's serious things? I don't know. It feels like all the, like, smaller, shittier allegations just sort of, like, belittle, like, the actual real ones. And yeah, it's just, like, kind of frustrating, you know, because it's like, I don't know, this could have gone so much worse for Mr. Beast. Like, all the people who want him to get dethroned and get in trouble, they're the ones who are making it, like, easier for him to get away with, like, the worst things, I guess. But yeah, we've investigated ourselves and found ourselves innocent. Now you sound like the U.S. government. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, hopefully he makes a real response. But I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't, because, like, the way Mr. Beast seems to work is he just wants his company to grow as fast as possible. If he responds to the allegations directly, it basically can just, like, inform a lot of his audience that those allegations exist. And so it could probably be considered like a bad business move, even if like most people would be like would prefer, most of the people here would probably prefer if he addressed them. There's an incentive for him to not do it. But yeah. All right, we got the Rekieta news. Nick Rekieta. It's been a while since we talked about him. Apparently, Rekieta Law is no longer a practicing lawyer. He did not renew. Let me look at the phrasing here. He didn't renew like his legal license or something. He didn't pay his annual dues. Okay. He didn't pay his annual dues to be a lawyer, to practice law in the state of Minnesota, and now he is not a lawyer. Very cool. Very awesome. What are his numbers like when he streams? What do his streams do? I feel like everyone who liked him before like now hates him. Like who is left? A lot of the people who watched him were like Kiwi Farms people who were watching his like courtroom trial streams and all that stuff. And it's like he doesn't really do that anymore. He just talks about, I don't know. He just talks about like fucking the Baldo live. Let's see what his last stream was. Last YouTube stream was 2 months ago. How does he make money? Does he just have like a huge like nest egg from when he was like the biggest super chatted channel? Let's see what's going on his Rumble. Rekieta Law. Wait, does Bossman Jack stream on Rumble? I really want to start watching Bossman Jack streams. He got banned from Kick, I think, or he like deleted his account on Kick. And I think he was on Twitch for a little while after that, but now he's somewhere else. 1 month ago. Okay. He does talk about courtroom stuff still. Looks like he's gotten back to that a little bit. SCOTUS, motion to dismiss, judge killed by cop. So he has started making legal content again. I stand corrected. Dude, those giant courtroom streams were like the best. Like the what's the kid's name? The Kyle Rittenhouse streams. Oh my god. This guy had like the most entertaining like legal content I've ever seen. It was seriously like when the Amber Heard stuff was going on, I would be watching this guy's stream from like dusk till dawn. Like I'd be watching all day long, every day. It was so entertaining. Like he had so much interesting stuff to say. It was like he would have on all of these guests. He would have these huge panels of people talking about, you know, what are the judges thinking right now? What is the defense thinking? Giving like insight into these cases. Yeah, it seems like he doesn't do that anymore. To be fair though, there aren't really that many like huge cases since the Amber Heard one. Like there hasn't been anything like insane that's been that interesting where he could stream it. So maybe that's the problem. All right, you guys remember Johnny Somali? Talked about him a few times. So this guy just goes to like foreign countries and he's just disruptive and he tries to like piss off like the locals pretty much. That's like his whole thing. He goes around, he's like super annoying, and like says like wild crazy stuff to people, and most people won't confront him because, you know, he goes to like when he was in Japan, there was only like one guy that confronted him, and it was like a foreigner who just like kicked the shit out of him, like hit him on the floor, and then like all the Japanese people around just like silently started clapping. It was the funniest thing. But apparently he got beat up in Korea. Let's check it out.
수말리 어디가? 어? 어디가?
Don't touch my shoe.
어디가?
Don't touch me, nigga.
어?
Huh?
수말리 어디가?
Yes, sir.
어디 가냐고?
You guys following me crazy. Listen to you.
어디가?
What you got? What you mean? What you got?
어디가?
What you got? Oh.
Boom.
Yo. Please.
야, 뭐 하는 거야?
He just pushes him on the ground. What's going on in this clip? Is this the guy that beat him up? He didn't have a pack of black people to help him win.
Boy, you crazy boy? Hey,
Look at the change in energy. He won't even look at the guy. He won't even look at him. Oh my god, dude. What a fucking pussy. Johnny Somali is so lame. Who watches his content? Johnny Somali. Let's see how many views he gets. Oh, he's banned. He's banned from Kick. Dude, Kick has been going crazy with bans lately. We'll get into the Fousey stuff in a second, but I really think they're trying to clean up their reputation a little bit. Because right now Kick has a terrible reputation for like the type of streamers that make content on their platforms. A lot of people immediately made a Kick account and they were like, "Oh, cool, there's no rules here." And they started doing wild shit. Like there were guys who were doing like Omegle streams and trying to get girls to like flash them. They would like send the pictures in their Discords. And like sometimes the girls wouldn't even be of age. So a bunch of these guys were just making content on Kick, doing crazy shit like that. And it wasn't until like a bunch of people called attention to these like weirdos that were doing this that Kick finally was like, "Oh shit, there are like a bunch of weirdos like this on our platform. We got to kick them off." So it looks like, you know, they're starting to have like less and less tolerance for people doing like just disruptive and crazy shit on their platform, which is probably a good thing for them in the long run if they want to be like taken super seriously. I'm not like a big fan of like super heavy-handed moderation, but like these things were like extreme outliers of like what you would want on your platform. I think free speech and everything is fine, but like when you're doing that, dude, that's too fucking far. All right. Speaking of Kick, FouseyTube. FouseyTube has been crashing out. FouseyTube has been having a complete breakdown. And this is like not really a surprise. Just a few months ago, he was saying, "Yeah, guys, sorry to disappoint, but like I can't do IRL streaming anymore. Every time I do IRL streaming, it sends me down a spiral. It's just not good for me. It triggers my bipolar, and I just end up in a terrible place. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I know a lot of you guys love my IRL content, but I can't do it." And he seemed like he was doing pretty well back then. But eventually, of course, Fousey wanted to do IRL content again. And like a few weeks later, I want to say, he started doing IRL streams. And this started with just like, you know, 3-4 hour streams where he'd be going around a city. I think he went to like Comic-Con, did a couple streams there, it went fine. But then as soon as he's like, okay, it looks like I actually can do IRL streams. Everything's fine. I didn't lose my mind. Then he starts to like push it more and more. So then he started doing more and more streams. And as we saw like a few weeks ago, he's just been completely losing it. Like he's not in a good headspace. He's very clearly like psychotic. Like he comes across as like almost schizophrenic. He's like completely delusional. He's in his own world. He's having these like insane like ups and downs constantly, and it's just like really unreal to watch. So this is what got Fousey banned from Kick. He basically assaulted one of his like staff members, one of his people that he hired. And by the way, Fousey hires and then fires people like all the time. Like he's always hiring someone, being like, "Bro, I love your energy. I believe in you so much, bro. And like I know we can do great things together. I'm gonna sign you onto my record label later. I'm gonna start G7 boxing promotions. You can have a spot if you want, bro. I believe in you." And then like the next day he'll just like flip out at them over nothing. And yeah. So he's very volatile, very easy to piss him off, even without doing anything. Like he was mad at his cameraman. Do you guys remember the campfire stream? He was mad at his cameraman for like filming him at the wrong angle. Like he was filming him like this, and he's like, "No, I'm not on camera," even though he was on camera. And he's like, "No, come here, come on, man. I'm gonna fire you. You can't even do your job. Your job is just to film me. Why are you not filming me?" It was like unreal. And you can't talk back to Fousey at all. Like you can't say anything back because he'll just lose his shit. So I think this is basically what happens. This is why Fousey has such a hard time keeping people around. Because this is what happens when you talk back to him.
What did you do? Hey, what are you doing? You said you're going to the mall to shop and going to the studio. You told me the dean sucks and you got mad when I called you the dean. Nigga, you said don't ever call me the dean in your life. I'm not him.
Base, dude.
You're worse than the dean. No, Adam, grab a suitcase. You get the fuck out of my house. What? Try to come in my face that I paid for with a job that was gonna change your life. Yeah, because you ain't worth shit.
This guy's like trying to de-escalate the situation as much as possible too. Like he knows that Fousey is crazy. He knows that Fousey is volatile, and he's just trying to get out of the situation and move on. Oh, never mind. He's not trying to de-escalate anymore. This is awesome, dude. I love when Fousey gets like picked up, he just goes completely stiff and he just keeps yelling. Like, look at this. You guys remember when he was apologizing for like accidentally saying the N-word when he was rapping along to like some song? It was so funny. It like accidentally slipped out. Like he was just singing along to like, I think it was like a Drake song. He accidentally said it. And then he was like, oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I never used that word. I never used that word. And it's like, dude, nobody cares that you said the N-word when you were rapping along to a song. Like, it was insane. He felt so bad about it. Well, now we have evil Fousey. Evil Fousey has come out, and now he's just spontaneously throwing it around. Base. All right, what else we got? So this is all part of one big story, essentially. So, like, I guess I should do a better job explaining that. So over, like, the past few weeks, Fousey has been on a downward spiral. Like, more and more and more things are going wrong. He's losing his mind more and more often. And we've gotten some really funny clips out of it. Like, it's honestly a shame. It's honestly a shame that he can't, like, hold his mental health together while making content. But at the same time, like, that is almost what makes the content so interesting. It's that he's, like, losing it all the time. But yeah, it's just not sustainable, unfortunately. Anyways, so after this, Fousey got banned from Kick. And this was one day into his 30-day marathon. So you guys remember how just a little while ago he was saying he wasn't going to IRL streaming anymore because the last time he lost his mind was during a subathon where he was live for like over a month. Immediately, he just plans on jumping right into a 30-day subathon, marathon. Immediately gets banned. Ends up getting put in the hospital. Pray for the boy. So he gets hospitalized. They're like, holy shit, this guy needs to go to the hospital. This guy's losing it. Eventually gets out.
Get out of my room. Get out of my room. Get out!
Wait, what? I missed the clip of him getting arrested. What happened here? I want to see this.
Get out of my room. Get out! They tried to keep the G7 president down!
Oh my god, dude. It's so obvious that this is like not a good idea to like let him go. He's like clearly still in like an episode.
Manny, ladies and gentlemen, 2 p.m. today, my time, which is 10 p.m. Pacific Standard, whatever that is Eastern. I got dick official release party
Wait, what?
on a yacht in Sydney, Australia. 2:30, 2:30, whatever. Just be ready in Australia with the baddest of the baddest. Official release is Eastern. I got dick official release party
I got dick official release party?
on a yacht in Sydney, Australia.
What? Can anyone explain what that is?
2:30, 2:30.
Oh shit.
Pacific Standard, whatever that is Eastern. I got dick official release.
He's
party
very clearly saying I got dick official release party.
on a yacht in Sydney, Australia. 2:30, 2:30, whatever. Just be ready in Australia with the baddest of the baddest and the G7 president. Y'all thought we were done? I'm restarting the 30 days when I go live. You guys get a fresh 30. Let's get it. G7X, the only
G7X. It's G7X now. So yeah. So immediately gets out of the hospital and decides that he wants to start his 30-day marathon. Yet again, start over. Apparently he got like unbanned. He got unbanned. They were like, all right, we'll give him another chance. This guy, you know, had an episode. He was in the hospital. He should be fine now. So then, starts the subathon. 20 minutes later, this is what happens.
They know if they fuck up, it makes me go bipolar. Look at my eyes. I'm gonna shoot myself tonight. Live. Kick.com/Fousey. Done.
That is an awesome clip.
No, if they fuck up, it makes me go bipolar. Look at my eyes. I'm gonna shoot myself tonight. Live. Kick.com/Fousey. Done.
He literally just says, like, I'm gonna kill myself live on stream, guys. I'm gonna shoot myself in the head live on stream on Kick. That's fucking unreal. Only Fousey would say something like that. So yeah, he says this, and then they're like, all right, we got to put our foot down. This guy's banned, ends up getting perma-banned. And Eddie, who is like the top person at Kick, says, yeah, we have no plans to unban him. Fousey's done. We've given him chances. He's fucked up so many times. It's over. It's over, Fousey bros. Fousey, I think you should move to Rumble. I think Rumble would give you a good deal. Your audience would be very loyal to you on there. But no. Yeah. I don't know if it's just like strictly IRL streaming that makes this guy go crazy. Because obviously he's like very mentally ill already. But it seems like the dynamic of having the camera there and being famous and like getting all this positive feedback for whatever he's doing in real time is like a really bad like cycle for him. It seems like it feeds into it like crazy and makes the episodes worse. Yeah, I don't know. I would be curious to know what he was like when he took a break from content for like a few years, because after July 15th, there were like a few years where he just was totally offline and nobody knew what he was up to. And I'd be curious to know if he had similar severe episodes during that time. Diorio says he should be institutionalized and his freedoms revoked because I hate him. Fousey needs to get off the internet and get serious mental help. He's addicted to attention, and it's unhealthy for him specifically. Did he really think he wouldn't get banned for this? Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like if he was in a right state of mind, like, he would understand not to say crazy stuff like that. But he's obviously not. And it seems like he just can't help himself but to stream. So this platform is like, this guy's too crazy. We don't want anything to do with him. So we're just not gonna have it anymore. We don't want anything bad happening on our watch. It would just make their platform look bad. But I don't know. Gets banned immediately. Yep. The Kick CEO confirmed it's a permanent ban. This was on someone's was it Aiden Ross's stream? Aiden Ross like talked to him and asked him, and he said, yeah, it's permanent. Anyways, you think the saga ends there? You think the saga ends there? Okay, he's banned, he's cooling down. But no. Let me just look at his Twitter real quick to make sure everything is safe on there to show. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. So he's just been posting now on Twitter now that he can't stream. 6 hours ago, he disowned his family.
I'm gonna tell you. How are you?
Fousey has this thing where like everyone in his life, when they're trying to get him to stop engaging in like self-destructive behavior, he gets mad at them and he's like, these people are holding me back. These people are trying to get in my way and like stop me from doing great things. That is like a common theme. And this is the problem with like, I feel like it's the same thing between him and his family as it is between like the people he hires and fires, his cameramen, his crew, people who hang out around him. Anytime they're like trying to look out for his best interest and telling him no, that he shouldn't do something, he takes it like really personally and he thinks that it's like a dig at him. But it's really just his, you know, it's just his headspace that he's in.
How are you? I know, Bob. I'm just calling to tell you, you guys are never gonna see me again. Baba, last year when I crashed out and I was in the hospital.
Dude, he says crashed out to his parents.
Instead of checking on me, Muhammad texted me to say, Yusuf, just to let you know, me and Mama are disowning you as family members. You are on your own. Every time I've messed up, Baba, Muhammad and Mama cussed me out and let me realize it. Anytime I did a Hollywood red carpet, $100 million contract, anything successful, they didn't open their mouth and I begged them. I no longer need you guys in my life. I'm a Muslim. You guys put me on this earth, Baba, but now I'm 34, so I'm living my own life. So, Baba, this is the last you're ever going to see me. I live in Australia now. The house in San Diego, I'm still paying for. I need you to drop off Muffin to Los Angeles. I'm giving away my dog Muffin to her babysitter. You guys lost me, Baba. I'm living.
You didn't take his dog with him? Dude, what? That is the craziest part of all of this, to be honest. He just left his dog at his house, flew to Australia, and just now is this must be like at least 24 hours later, because it's a flight to Australia. 24 hours later, he calls his parents, hey, do you mind go getting my dog out of my house and dropping him off to like the sitter? Like, what? How could you do that to your pet, to your beloved family member? That's fucking crazy. What's up, just for fun? Yes.
My own life now. No, Baba. No. Well, you have to live without me now, Baba. Mama and Muhammad, Baba. And Muhammad.
I have a feeling that this is not the first time that he said this to his parents. They're like, all right, oh well, here we go again. We'll figure something out. We'll get him back in the facility.
Muhammad, last year when I was suicidal on your Baba, 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 Baba.
Baba,
I
Baba.
was on your patio last year. Who was visiting Muhammad? I tell him, Muhammad, I'm gonna kill myself. You know what he said to me, Baba?
He sounds so tired too, by the way. He sounds like he hasn't slept in like a week.
He said, if you die and kill yourself, I won't be sad that I lost a brother. I'll be sad that you're gonna live in hellfire forever. Who says that, Baba?
Base.
Who says that? Dog, who says that, Baba? Exactly. You're my father. He's my brother. I don't need him anymore. I don't need Mama anymore. You guys lost me.
Yeah, he's off the pink cocaine, dude. It's so bizarre to me that they keep naming like all these like drug cocktails, different like names, like pink cocaine. It just is like a drug cocktail. There's no like new drug, but for some reason like they keep coming up with these names to like make it sound scarier, I guess, or something. Like who was the guy who died from being on that shit recently? Was it the One Direction guy? Like the Liam guy? He was on pink cocaine. And then they have to explain what it is in the article anyways. It's like, it's, by the way, in parentheses, it's a mixture of cocaine, MDMA, and like, what else was in there? There's something else too, ketamine. It's like, why don't you just say that? You have to explain it anyways. Why do you have to say pink cocaine?
I'm gonna be worth $100 million one day, 500 million, but you're never gonna see me again, Bubba. You can call me every day. End it.
End the recording. I need to post this. That's the other weird thing about Fousey is it's like he clearly gets something out of like posting this and like showing people that he's like doing drastic things. Like he has a level of self-awareness about what he's doing. And I feel like there might be more malicious intent than like people let on, people tend to think. Like he's been doing content for like a really long time and he has these like public crash outs like so often. What is this one?
I got murder on my mind. Hey, free YNW Melly. Real one. I got murder on my mind too, dog. And suicide. On my mind, hard body. I feel your pain in your music, dog. I'm by myself right now.
You can literally hear the pain in his voice. YNW Melly.
Started my career on March 25th of 2011, right? I was by myself. I asked my mom to buy me my first camera and laptop and told her I'll pay her back. I did 20 times that, 100 times that, alhamdulillah. I wake up this morning suicidal, manic, and hung over because I drank to death last night. They almost took me to the hospital and they left me in the house by myself. Are they dumb or stupid? It has to be one. Pick.
Dude, he has all these phrases that he loves saying too, like, are you dumb or are you stupid? He said that during the crash out like last year. I can't believe I'm unironically saying crash out now. Holy shit. He said that last year during his like breakdown when the cops were like arresting him. He was like he had a few funny lines. He was like, I'm a Palestinian Muslim who's viral. And then he said, are you dumb or are you stupid? And then he said something like when the cops were like what's that called? Like frisking him. They're like, I got a weapon, a big penis, or like something like that.
It might be both. It's the last you'll see of me today, y'all. I loved you so hard.
This is the last we'll see of him today. What drugs would show positive if you were to take a drug test live? Weed, wigga, on my dead. This is fucking awesome. I'm trying to fight for brand risk. What? Had a contract ready for you. I guess you got impatient. He had a contract. Dude, there's no way this guy had like boxing events lined up. Like Keemstar kicked Fousey out of his boxing group because Fousey wasn't doing his fair share of the work. I feel like Fousey is the type of guy to like have a lot of ideas and be like, oh, this is so great. I'm going to do this great big thing and like it's in the works. But he doesn't make any progress on it because he's just so all over the place mentally. And he has like a lot of energy, but it's not like directed in any one specific way. He fought in my fight club. I told him I want to sign him to G7 Fight Club and be his boxing manager. He got impatient and showed his true colors. No, I just think he probably realized that like your G7 Fight Club thing is not happening. I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal. Let's see.
First off, 2 people from LA texted me to check up on me, and I've been saying I'm gonna kill myself. I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Screams for the haters. Got a nice ring to take me, God.
Dude, this guy, like, he's just so like charming. Like, how could you not enjoy this content? Even if you hate him as a person, this is just so funny. Like, who else does this? This guy has like zero social anxiety. He doesn't care if everyone is staring at him in public. He'll just say like the craziest shit all the time.
Music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. Hey, police, I'm not suicidal. Don't come arrest me. I'm not suicidal.
Can you imagine saying this with like there were people like 20 feet away from him?
Suicidal. To lose my motherfucker, we rolling. Huh? Motherfucker, we rolling. With some light-skinned girls and some Kelly Rollins. In this white man's world, we the ones chosen. So good night, crew world. I'll see you in the month.
That is a banger song though.
I just met my new best.
Wait, I'm gay for him? Wait, we have to find out what this means.
Yo, I just met my new best friend. What's your name? Bastian. And I asked him, how are you not cold, Bastian?
I mean, I'm wearing a wetsuit, so that's fine.
You're extremely good looking. Whatever girl ever didn't tell you that, don't think you're not because she didn't show you how much you're worth.
Dude, Fousey loves going up to strangers and like becoming like best friends with them. Oh yeah, thanks for letting me know. Here. Let's see.
You are a king.
Thank you so
You're not
much.
perfect, you make mistakes, but whenever you dated the girls, you had good intentions for them.
Is that better?
You tried to love them.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to receive your love.
Like, what is he saying? He doesn't know anything about this guy. He just met him.
That's not your problem, it's theirs. Keep going. God's gonna provide you a woman who's gonna do, if you're gay, a man that's gonna give you everything you need in life without you even having to ask. I had to beg my ex-assistant to respect me. My new assistant came into my life before
I had to beg my ex-assistant to respect me. All right, let's see if this helps. I'll boost it a little bit more.
open my mouth. She says, sir, the job is done. There's a big difference. You accept the love you think you deserve in life, Bastian.
Thank you.
Did you just kiss him on the cheek? Holy shit.
The love you think you deserve in life, Bastian.
Thank you.
That is so fucking weird. That is so bizarre. Stop using the N-word. Wigga, wigga, wigga. Hell yeah.
Cops are here to see me. Yeah, I'm good. Cops are coming to arrest me.
Cops are coming to... Dude, he probably got like a complaint from, probably like there were some people like walking around on the beach who saw him like screaming and saying all this weird shit and acting insane that like called in like a wellness check on him. They're like, yeah, there's like this guy at the beach and he's like yelling and saying he's like not suicidal, like into his phone. I think you guys need to check him out.
Can you not talk to me right now? The cops are here to see me, sir. Why do you guys never respect people?
Okay, bro. I just wanted to make sure you're alright, man.
I was on the phone with my therapist. I'm totally okay.
Knife on you?
No, nothing.
I'll go quickly.
I'm an internet star. Yeah. People call the cops on me, and it's called doxing. You have you heard of doxing?
Yes.
People call the cops and they do threats to get me arrested. 2 nights ago, asked the police department. I was in a psych ward. Fousey, Yusuf. They did this to me 2 days ago. I'm recording. No, it's my safety.
Do I take this off?
Yeah, go ahead. Look, 2 days ago, ma'am, 2 days ago, I'm sleeping in bed. I wake up with 15 guns in my face and lights. Somebody called the cops.
Like, what? What is this? I guess he's just trying to tie it to like the point that he thinks that he got doxxed and that's why the cops are here. But in reality, like, if you saw someone saying, I'm not suicidal, into their phone loudly and like yelling at the beach, you'd probably be a little concerned. I would totally understand why someone would call the cops in that situation. This guy's talking about being suicidal in public loudly. It's like, yeah, you obviously are like worried about that person. You want to send someone to check on them, you know?
Said I was gonna kill my employees.
But it's like he doesn't have the self-awareness to see that he's causing this problem for himself. Like he's acting rambunctious and that obviously that's a reaction that people are going to have. Instead, he's attributing it to people doxing him. But remember, he's not live streaming now. He's just posting these videos on Twitter, like after the fact. So I just find it very, very unlikely that this was one of his fans or like haters like doxing him. He's probably just a concerned person.
Didn't you?
Huh?
You got scheduled.
Yes, and then I met with the psychiatrist, the therapist, and the board and the police. They said he's good, he's mentally fit. Right now, the internet's trying to fuck with me because I retired yesterday. Whatever they called me and said,
retired.
they lied. I don't have a knife. I have chapstick.
I retired. That's what you say after you get banned. No, I didn't get banned. It was my idea, actually. That's like when you get broken up with and you're like, actually, it was mutual.
I'm gay.
Like,
That's alright. You want to have chapstick? I have chapstick too.
The
Denise,
internet has
what?
tried-
That's alright. You want to have chapstick?
tired yesterday. Whatever they called you and said, they lied. I don't have a knife. I have chapstick. I'm gay.
That's alright. You want to have chapstick? I'll tap sick too.
The internet has tried to do guess what they did last.
Wait, one more
and then
time.
I met with the psychiatrist, the therapist, and the board and the police. They said he's good, he's mentally fit. Right now, the internet's trying to fuck with me because I retired yesterday. Whatever they called you and said, they lied. I don't have a knife. I have chapstick. I'm gay.
I'm gay.
Chapstick.
I don't have chapstick.
The internet
Or
has
I don't have
tried
a
to do-
knife. I have chapstick. I'm gay.
Guess what they did last year? Same thing.
I'll just say
In my,
inside the jacket.
go ahead. In Miami, they threw me inside a psych ward.
This guy's such like an interesting specimen. Like there's a reason why he's so famous and popular. He's just like he just says like the funniest things, and like his thought patterns and like behaviors are so entertaining to just watch.
For 86
You can watch a Fousey stream for like hours and hours and hours, because anything could happen. Like you're watching and you're like, is he gonna scream at people? Is he gonna like befriend someone and start giving them like a 30-minute lecture on how they're his best friend that he's ever met? Like you never know what to expect.
6 days last year because of this. Yes. I'm not letting you guys arrest me right now. That's why I posted and said I'm not suicidal and I'm not gonna hurt anybody. I'm not letting you guys do this. Respectfully, you see me, I'm sane. That's fine. Can I grab my stuff?
Yeah.
My stuff's over there. I'll walk to the car. I'm not getting arrested though. I'm telling you that right now. I'm safe. I'm fit to be here. My eyes are completely clear. Check my toxicology report. I'm on 0 drugs. I blacked out drunk last night and I had sex with 6 women.
Okay.
That's it.
Dude, he couldn't even keep up the gay thing for like more than a few sentences. They're taking my phone and arresting me. Someone call my lawyers. Don't tell my parents. Do his parents really not follow like this stuff? I feel like if this was my kid, I would obviously be following along the entire time what they're posting on social media, just so I could see what they're up to and what's happening. Don't tell my parents. By the way, I didn't get permabanned. I resigned, Wigga. Fuck 100 million. My love to God is priceless. Fousey's permanent ban from Kick. You're an Australian man. Tweet to the internet and tell them I'm not suicidal in case they Jeffrey Epstein me. Very sane person. They're trying to kill me. This ain't a game. Take ass off that. Take ass off that and tweet, please. They're taking my phone. I literally can't. I'm on bond. That's why I'm not live. Who's AC7? So this is like his cope. Why does he not want people to think that he got banned? What is there to lose? Like, and also why would he resign at like the start of his like streaming marathon? He obviously got banned. He wanted to do the fucking marathon. That doesn't make sense. All right, guys, we are doing a quick bathroom break, and then we're back to Fousey. You guys can watch this. This is a good lead up to the next section.
Is anti-Semitic, but I do think that stuff he does contributes to it. At the time, I have to admit, this interview blew my mind. It was a complete puff piece where he sucked him off, elevated him.
Oh, I have a better idea. Here.
And essentially covers for him.
Okay, that's way too loud. Hold up. We're getting the volume under control.
Captain was Chinese and he did caught with them.
All right,
and
I'll be
he
back.
Danced to music with them and he was vibing.
This guy's just so chill. He doesn't even care if the hostages are Chinese. He'll party with anyone.
That whatever they're obsessed with is real, and that
Wait, he just said Israel. Wait, is this a subliminal message?
is real.
Oh my god. This post is ridiculous. Ship. We burned a ship, and he's like making a thirst trap. What is this, dude? This is insane. We're watching Ethan go fucking nuclear on Hassan right now live. This is gonna be crazy.
Before I begin, I would like to address a couple of points that I know will be brought up. One that I hear a lot: why don't you talk to Hassan about this privately? I did text him a couple weeks ago after I saw the.
So obviously, like, I feel like everyone on this channel already knows all of the context about what happened between H3 and Hassan, but when the Israel-Palestine conflict like really started kicking off after October 7th last year, the tensions between Ethan Klein and Hassan were growing because he realized that Hassan was very, very, very pro-Palestine. Ethan himself keep in mind, is very pro-Palestine as well. But it wasn't good enough for Hassan. Ethan was, saying that October 7th was a tragedy, was bad, shouldn't have happened, and it's a horrible, disgusting act. And for some reason, this bothered Hassan so much, who could not give him an inch of concessions on this point. And this just split them in half. It just divided them. And at the time, H3 and Hassan had a huge show together. They had a show called Leftovers, which they had been doing for a couple years at this point, which Ethan realized, because of this specific topic, he realized how Hassan had effectively radicalized his entire audience. So over the past, it's almost been a full year since they've stopped.
Dude, Jarges is stealing Jarges' content. Don't rat on me now. What's up, Bagel? All right. So this leads me into my next segment, which is about Twitch and what has unfolded in the past. I guess it's been like almost a month. No, this was posted 2 weeks ago. Let's see. 2 weeks ago. 1, 2, 20th. Yeah, so I think he did this stream on the 17th or the 18th. So this stream was the first thing that kicked off a giant campaign against Twitch. So H3 did this stream calling out Hassan and Hassan's community, as well as some of the other political streamers that sort of orbit Hassan, like Frogan and Denims and all of those people, claiming that the things that they say, the actions that they take on their streams are, whether it's intentional or not, enabling anti-Semitism. So that's what Ethan was claiming. And oops, I opened Premiere. And yeah, I feel like his rationale, at the start of the stream, I was sort of questioning it, like, well, I don't really know if I would say full blown like that the anti-Semitism thing is really there, but he showed some really compelling evidence of all this stuff. There was also just the problem of like Hassan justifying and like belittling some of the like actions that terrorists were taking. What else? Terrorist apologia. Yeah, like the thing where he like showed the guy a clip of a Houthi musical, and he said, "Don't you think they're like pretty good? Like their songs are pretty good. They're like pretty musical." And then he said something like, "Oh yeah, well for them, these are the actions that they're taking." He's talking about like literally their terrorist attacks, and then he goes, "Yeah, for them, it's an act of resistance." He's talking about literal terrorist attacks. What do you mean it's an act of resistance? Like, yes, and the act of resistance is terrorism. What is the purpose of reframing it as an act of resistance? That's crazy. Anyways, so this stream pretty much kicked off a bunch of people talking about this problem with Twitch. People started posting clips of Hassan, started posting clips of Frogan. One guy, Dan, who was Destiny's friend, and a long time, like, I guess, colleague. He helped him make his website and stuff. Dan made this website called danclancysucks.com. So he posted all of these different clips and things that Hassan, Frogan, and that Twitch have done that, he is framing as anti-Semitism. So, for example, and also just all the bad things that like Hassan has done, the crazy shit that he's gotten away with. Hassan implicitly threatening a U.S. senator. Yeah, this was pretty crazy. Where's the fucking picture? Okay, so the senator said, "I encourage people who get stuck behind the pro-Hamas mobs blocking traffic. Take matters into your own hands to get them out of the way." So obviously this is not like the best fucking thing to say. Like he's kind of advocating for like pushing them and like assaulting them in a way, right? But then Hassan's reply is to post a diagram of a homemade gun, the exact gun that was used to kill Shinzo Abe, who was the Japanese like president, or not president, but prime minister, I believe. He just posts the diagram.
This is like literally an implicit threat. How else could you interpret this? And I think this post did get banned. This post got removed. Just some chat in twitch.tv/Hassan. Zionists are pigs. Zionist equals pigs. Yeah, so this is one part of Dan's arguments. Dan pretty much has been like leading the charge when it comes to this whole campaign, and we'll get into some of the stuff that I disagree with him on, the things that I think that are a little bit too far. But I think one point that Dan has is that people are using the word Zionist as like a replacement word for Jews. That was like one thing that he kept saying a lot. Zionists are pigs and rats. Zionist pigs. We have Zionist pigs figured out. Filthy pigs were probably... Does he show the whole screenshot? Zionist pig dogs. Zionists are dogs. Zionist Pepe spit. Dogs of America. Zionist scum. ACAB, fuck Zionist scum. Hassan Abi, respond to a real human, not these Zionists. Yeah, it's crazy. Zionist has also just become like almost like a buzzword in general. Like people use it to describe like anyone who has any sympathy for like Israel at all, even if you're like already pro-Palestine. For example, H3. Ethan is pro-Palestine. He's against the Israeli government, but he's like, yeah, I think that it's bad that, you know, people are writing off like these terrorist attacks that happen to Israeli citizens. That is considered Zionism to Hassan viewers. Just having a shred of empathy for like anyone related to Israel. Hassan laughs and chats with a terrorist. So yeah, he had this Houthi guy on his stream. He then continued to like deny that it was a Houthi because the guy in the interview said, "I'm not a Houthi." But then at the same time, he was like on Houthi ships. He was strapped with an AK. Why would they let a non-Houthi on a Houthi like ship? Why would he be strapped with a fucking AK and wearing like military uniforms? The official slogan of the Houthi is this. Some cool takes on Russia. Sean Wiggs. Oh, this was crazy. Can we watch this clip?
Just goes out and just says the N-word, which is not a surprise. If he said the N-word on stream with his own face, can somebody just like, it would just be so easy to just, it will save, like, solve all of our problems. Like, we would have socialism now at this point, right? We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and
The censoring makes it like almost even worse for some reason. It's crazy, especially because it's so long. It's like, what is he saying?
it would be so easy. This is what happens when you don't kill every single slave owner after slavery. They have children, and their children have children, and their children have children, and then their children have accidents that should have ended up on a sock, and it becomes destiny.
That is
That's what you
fucking
get.
crazy.
That's what you get. When you don't murder every single slave owner.
Yeah, this is wild. I feel like the crazy part isn't just that people are saying these things, and this sort of like ties back into like the broader point. A lot of people, you know, are pointing out how this is the only acceptable political like group to be in on Twitch. There is no one who does politics on Twitch that doesn't agree with Hassan, because Hassan is like the biggest one. Everyone is orbiting him, agreeing with him all the time. And the main person who was doing politics, left-wing politics, that was on Twitch that didn't agree with Hassan was Destiny. And Destiny is permabanned. So they send the message that if you're not like on Team Hassan, you're going to be banned if you disagree with Hassan too much politically. It's just become like a giant like circle jerk. And so yeah, and that leads me to another point, which is that Twitch has very heavy-handed moderation, but only in one direction. If you're like a Hassan orbiter, you get a free pass to do and say way more crazy things than they allow anyone else to do. So that's been a big point of this campaign, is that Twitch is very hypocritical. They are notoriously bad at being fair with their moderation. It feels like all of the moderators are just like liberal arts degrees, like obese women, and they're just like so politically brain rotted that like everything they read on Twitter is like the only way that they can moderate their fucking website. So there was this clip from Frogan, and this was one that blew up on Twitter, which is pretty funny because this is the most fame that Frogan has ever gotten and probably will ever get. She made this clip where she said this.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers. Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. U.S. military? Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
By the way, somebody pointed this out and it's very funny. Every single clip of Frogan that blows up, she is always eating. She's always stuffing her fucking face in every clip that gets posted of her on Twitter.
You know? I do the ones the ones I'm like whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know back then. Whatever. You're a good person in my book. I'm like a Tom. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. The U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, fuck imperialism. Fuck this. You don't deserve the PTSD. But like any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you.
So the idea that like because someone doesn't politically agree with you, they deserve to like someone who like fought for your like freedoms essentially deserves to like suffer PTSD is crazy. Oh yeah, the ones that like end up realizing that they did something wrong by being in the military, those guys are fine. But like if you were in the military and you like don't agree with my exact worldview, you're a bad person and you deserve to get PTSD. This is like clearly an insane thing to say. She doubled down today. She doubled down on it today and laughed about it.
Any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America. And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base? Based? Like, am I supposed to be like I'm not walking back on it. I still fucking agree with it. Base? Any other motherfucker, you're joining them.
So yeah, she obviously didn't even see, she couldn't even acknowledge why this might look bad in any regard. Like she couldn't even back down like a little bit from her original point. No, she doubled down on it. So this clip started just like blowing up like crazy. And this started a huge campaign of people basically tagging Frogan, rightfully calling her out. But they started like tagging like Twitch and Amazon as well as a bunch of their partners and like advertisers. Let me collect my thoughts for a second. I want to phrase this in a way where it's clear that like this person is insane and terrible. And I obviously, like my entire last video, I've been extremely critical of Hassan. But I have had a problem with the way that people are basically engaging in a mass flagging campaign against Twitch. Specifically because they are emailing advertisers. They're emailing advertisers. They are emailing people like the ADL. Let's see. Is this the ADL one? Yeah. emailing the ADL, emailing advertisers with all of these Hassan clips, and just blatantly like encouraging it, getting them to withdraw from Twitch. And this was something that Dan was doing too. He was going on this campaign of emailing all of these different companies and getting them to pull ads from Twitch, to the point where he even said on stream that 70% of advertisers, this is what Dan claimed, 70% of advertisers pulled out of Twitch. That is an insane, like, crazy, I don't know. That is like unreal, considering, to me, the problem is that like a lot of the people who are on Twitch, like 90% of the people who are on Twitch that are getting a paycheck from Twitch don't have anything to do with this. So these advertisers pulling out of Twitch, this doesn't just hurt these people like Hassan and Frogan who are saying the crazy unhinged shit. It's hurting like all of the like video game streamers, like someone streaming Minecraft who makes their money from Twitch now could be at risk of some adpocalypse happening on Twitch. And yeah, I just don't like that. I don't like the tactic of mass flagging. Even if I like agree with the things that they're flagging them for, it just feels wrong. Like I feel like it could happen to a lot of the people that I like. For example, Big Bungie. If people really wanted to, they could be all morally outraged about Big Bungie. And yeah, he probably is technically breaking some of the rules on YouTube, right? But if people started mass flagging him, it would be super annoying. And these people aren't just flagging the issue is that these people aren't just flagging Hassan and Frogan and all these other weirdos. They're like going directly to the advertisers to get them to pull from Twitch. That is unreal to me. Anyways, after this started happening, they started banning a lot of the streamers who were getting flack, except for Hassan. So Twitch started banning, they banned Denims, they banned Frogan. Who's this? I don't know who these two are. And then they didn't ban Hassan. But apparently they did give him a warning. So it felt like they only started banning these people once their like pockets started hurting. Which is just pretty interesting. I don't know. I don't really directly support people getting banned, even people saying crazy shit like Frogan and Hassan. I would prefer if Twitch were not hypocrites with their moderation, they just let people say stuff, anything. Like if they didn't ban fucking Destiny, if they didn't ban, I don't know. I don't even think people like Nick Fuentes should necessarily be banned unless they're explicitly breaking like, I don't know. I'm just like more of a free speech person than that. But it is interesting how they seem to only take action against these people for breaking their rules once the advertiser shit started happening. Now people have been digging into what's this guy's name? Dan Clancy, the CEO guy of Twitch. DanClancySucks.com. There were a couple clips earlier that were really funny of him scrolling through, like showing off Twitch stories to his to like streamers' chats. And a lot of the streamers that this guy followed were literal like gooning streamers. Like they were like e-girls who were just like, I don't know, doing bikini streams and shit like that. Well, apparently they found the exact username, DJ Clancy 999. And they found multiple porn accounts linked to his exact email on almost every porn site. I don't even know if I can show this. It's like censored. All right, I'll show this one. DJ Clancy, man, 60 years old. He even put his age in there. So the guy's a gooner. The guy's been completely exposed. He's a gooner. People were like talking about how it's weird that he obviously is like gooning to like his, technically they're like his employees, the streamers, but yeah.
So
Let's see what okay. Speaking of Dan Clancy, DSP actually talked about Dan Clancy.
We've been talking about this one for a while in regards to how it affected me many years ago, right? As you know, back in 2021, as I had been...
This is so funny, dude. DSP has been on this arc lately of like redeeming himself almost. And now I don't think that he's like not a lolcow anymore or anything. But he has been on like almost like a pretty based arc. His takes on Nick Rekieta and everything were so funny because he doesn't know anything about Nick Rekieta. But his analysis of the situation was like spot on.
Streaming on twitch.tv.
He's had like a friendship developing with the Kino Casino people too, who are some other streamers in the where do they stream? They stream on Kick, right? They're like some Kick streamers who are kind of sort of like, I think they're like Gamergate adjacent, like Josh Moon, Ethan Ralph, that sort of side of the internet. They've started becoming friends with DSP, and I haven't been following that super closely, but it's really funny because they're like lifting him up and being like, whoa, holy shit, this guy's based. And it's kind of true. DSP has been pretty based lately. I'm sure inevitably we'll get like the fall of DSP, where he'll end up going back and regressing to his old ways, but it's pretty funny to see like someone flip the script like this.
About 5 years, right? Full time. Went back there in late 2016, and I'd streamed until like, what was it? April of 2021. So it's almost 5 years I've been streaming over on twitch.tv. I'd built up a great viewer base. I had tens of thousands of followers. I had about 1,000 paid subs over there. I regularly had good viewership, people doing bits, you know, super chats, I guess they were called. No, what are they called over there? Just bits and everything over there, right? Hype trains going, everything, correct? One day, out of the blue, all of my monetizations options disappeared during a live stream. And we have no idea what's going on. We have, you know, what's happening. So I check my emails and it says, you've been removed from the partner program for a violation of the terms of the partner program for hateful speech.
Yeah, so this is like a big problem with Twitch. Their TOS, and this is like the biggest like thing that I think people should be focused on. Their TOS is not clear, and they seem to enforce it differently for different people based on like their own personal biases. So if they like a certain streamer, you know, like they like Hassan. If Destiny was not banned and he was saying the things that Hassan was saying, but on the other side, if he was saying that about Palestine instead of Israel, he 100% would have been banned. 100%. They're just like complete hypocrites when it comes to the way that they enforce things, and it makes it impossible. It's like very frustrating if you're trying to be a content creator somewhere and the rules aren't clear, and you could just get banned, you know, based off of someone's, like at the drop of the hat, based off of one employee's, like, you don't know what you're going to get banned for. So it's unpredictable. So there's no possible way that you can avoid it unless the rules are fairly enforced. And that is the biggest problem with Twitch.
What does that even mean? So I contacted them and I said, what are you talking about? You never contacted me and said I did anything wrong on any of my streams. I have no strikes against me per se. And now all of a sudden you're just removing me, right? And they said, we legally don't have to respond. That's actually what they said. They said, we legally don't have to give you a reason. We could just do whatever we want whenever we want. That's actually what they said. That's what they told me in their official legal.
And that is the most frustrating thing with any platform. If they don't provide you an explanation, so you don't know what you can do in the future to avoid getting banned or whatever. Like, I know Twitter is really bad about this too. You can get just like shadow banned on Twitter, and sometimes they'll even tell you, oh, you've been shadow banned. But sometimes you just get shadow banned without an explanation. There's nothing you can do. Your post will just stop getting engagement. And they won't even tell you, like, this was the post that did it, so you can, like, avoid that in the future, so you can understand what the problem was. They just ban you. Like, it just makes it impossible to know what to expect with these platforms.
Legal response. Now, I don't even want to tell you how actually wrong that is, You can't just do whatever you want because you put it into a term somewhere, like because there's partner terms of service. Just because there's something in writing doesn't mean it's legal. All right? I can tell you right now, there is no business on this planet that can put you into a contract and then say they can terminate that contract without any justification. That simply doesn't exist. To terminate a legal contract or agreement, there has to be reasons, justifiable legal reasons, okay? Which I believe is located in the state of California. So it has to abide by all the legal reasons of anything in California, okay? I tell you right now, they're not. They haven't. This is why Dr. Disrespect.
Is that true, though, that that's a legal requirement for them to explain how you broke TOS? Because it's talking about TOS. Well, it is removing you from the partner program. So if they're being removed from the partner program, that's its own thing that's different than the TOS. I don't know.
After he was
I'm just not sure if that's true, that like it's illegal for them to ban you or remove you from the partner program without telling you. I would be like hesitant of that.
From the site without apparently real justification, as we know from his side of the story. He sued them and they settled because they knew they were going to lose. All right. So if everyone were big time, like Dr. Disrespect, and had money, they could sue Twitch for this kind of shit and Twitch would be bankrupt. They would have no fucking money. All right. But
so he's tying it to the Dr. Disrespect thing, but I'm just trying to, so I guess he's saying that like his removal from Twitch without explanation was the legal problem. And I'm not super like familiar with like what exactly the litigation was, because I'm pretty sure it's like a closed case. Like it wasn't public, and I don't think it'll ever be public. But I would have to like listen to more information about that to decide if like that's the same thing that happened to Phil.
this is just how they behave. They think that they can do whatever they want. They can selectively enforce their rules. And then when they enforce them, they don't even have to prove any wrongdoing. They just kick you off the site, remove your monetization, do whatever they want. It's a completely, utterly unprofessional place to work or do business. I can't imagine anyone in their right mind with the incredible amount of horror stories.
It's true. Like they don't really seem to be very professional at all. It feels like a bunch of teenagers run the fucking site. It's not like, yeah, I mean, at least with like YouTube, you'll get linked the content that violated the TOS, or like they'll name the exact reason and they'll tell you you're banned for 1 week. With Twitch, it just seems like they won't ever really give you that explanation unless you're really close with them, like Hassan, like their favorite streamer, Hassan Piker. Then they'll then they'll give you little warnings and hints in the background
That have come out of Twitch over the years. Why anyone would want to work there or stream there. Recently, Asmongold saying something on a stream. He gets suspended. Now he's gone off on them saying he doesn't want to stream there anymore, right? VTubers are getting banned left, right, up, and down on the site. And people are trying to figure out why. It seems like VTubers are being held to this standard of behavior and or appearance of a virtual character, while real women are on the site literally almost nude, basically being whores on webcam to receive funds from simps, and Twitch is okay with that, but not with VTubers. How the fuck does that make sense? The virtual isn't allowed, the real is. What is going on? Right?
Yeah, I mean, assuming they're talking about like adult characters, then yeah, that's crazy. But yeah,
how is this fucking site operational?
Twitch
Why
are
is
like such like simps. Like I hate to use I feel like a 2018 term, but like there's no other way of putting it. Like they suck up to like female booty streamers and like titty streamers so hard. It's crazy. There was a girl who like literally had sex on stream and got banned for like 2 days or something.
anyone even fucking using it? I mean, I need an explanation. Let's think about this. Twitch takes 50% of your income. 50. Every single other streaming service is better. YouTube only takes 30% or less.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'll give you guys some jar juice lore. A long time ago, I used to stream on Twitch, and I was an affiliate, and I barely fucking made any money at all. They rob you. They fucking rob you. It's crazy. They take 50% of all your like subs. I'm pretty sure bits, it's also 50% if it's the same as when I used to stream on there. It's unreal. Like YouTube's, I think, is like 70-30, which is like you at least you're getting the majority of the revenue, and they're still making money. Twitch. Here's the other thing. This is my fucking Twitch rant to give you an idea of how much I hate Twitch. Twitch's experience for the viewer is terrible because every single streamer, if you don't have a sub or you don't have Twitch Turbo, you have to watch like 2 to 3 minutes of ads like every 10, 20 minutes. You click on someone's stream, and this is why the affiliate program is a scam too. Because as soon as you're affiliate, you're all excited. You're like, oh, now I can make money. I can make subs. As soon as you're an affiliate, suddenly anyone who's browsing looking for small streamers to watch now has to click on your stream, wait for like a minute and a half of ads to play before they start watching your content. So chances are they're just going to click off your stream once they see they have to watch a shit ton of ads because they're like, oh, this guy's like a small streamer, whatever. I'm not going to like take a minute and a half to see if I like their content. And you can't turn it off. You cannot turn off ads when you're an affiliate, or at least when I was on there. It was terrible.
Fucking Kick takes 5. Why would you be streaming on Twitch?
Like, how are they going to make that many more ads than YouTube, and they're still only giving creators 50% of the revenue? It's such a scam.
Every time you turn on your stream, you got to compete with half-naked women doing sexual acts on camera, sucking in money from fucking simps. People doing stunts and bullshit to get noticed in the algorithm of that fucking site and get to the front page. And then at any moment, you could be doing nothing wrong, and all of a sudden, your stream goes down because you violated some phantom rule set that doesn't fucking exist. When you ask how you violated it, they tell you legally we don't have to say anything. Why the fuck would you ever work there? Ever?
True.
I don't get it. I really don't.
Base,
like,
dude.
Years ago, I could understand. Years ago, these things weren't exposed, weren't known. These things have now been known for years and years and years, right? And the thing is, it's just getting worse. Apparently, the new thing going on Twitch is they've allowed incredible amounts of hateful speech. Okay? And the hateful speech, from what I'm to understand, I'm trying to understand the situation, I guess is against Jewish people. I guess what's happened is, as you know, there's this big war going on.
So the problem with this is it's not like the people like Hassan and Frogan are being like explicitly like anti-Semitic. The argument that like Ethan was making and that Dan is making are that like they are basically enabling their viewer. They're not like making it as clear as they should, I guess. And the viewers are becoming radicalized to the point where it's likely that it was like increasing the amount of anti-Semitism or something like that.
Over in the Middle East. And there's two sides to the argument. Some people are siding with one and some people are siding with the other. So apparently there have been streamers on Twitch.
This is another thing that I didn't mention too, was that Twitch was also blocking account creation in Israel and Palestine as well, I believe. They were blocking account creation. They made a post apologizing about it. It was blocked for a year. If you were an Israeli citizen, tried to sign up with a Israeli phone number or email, you just couldn't make an account. And the justification that they gave was that they didn't want graphic footage of the war being posted on Twitch. They didn't want like, you know, all the crazy shit that people were posting on Twitter a year ago. I'm sure you guys saw it. It was brutal, just uncensored gore on Twitter. They didn't want that on Twitch. That's what their claim was. But they kept that ban in place for over a year before people finally noticed and called it out. And then in their response to it, they also lied and said, no, it was only emails were blocked. But people quickly figured out that phone numbers were also blocked. Now I wouldn't feel comfortable saying that that's like explicitly because they're like anti-Semitic, like Dan has been saying and like people have been saying. But it is probably like really inappropriate and unfair to like block an entire country because they're in like war. I don't know, like why wouldn't you do that with like Ukraine and Russia then? Just bizarre.
Twitch that are going out there and saying awful things about the Jewish race as a whole. There was one streamer that apparently went on and said, I hope that every single soldier gets PTSD. Wait, what? So I want you to think about this. I did hateful speech, supposedly. This is what got me removed from the partner program. Hateful speech. What did I ever say that was hateful speech? Did I ever rally against an entire race of people on Twitch? Did I ever say that I wish that a whole group of people get
It was probably like saying the word retard or something that got him banned.
PTSD. Did I say anything like that at all? Well, guess what? Guess what? Those people who did those
The
things,
thing is too, like, you would know, I feel like you would know if it was a fair reason for being banned. Like, if you called someone like the hard R on stream and then you got banned for hateful speech, it's like, okay, I know exactly what I did. He can't even think of what the hateful speech could have possibly been. So it just goes to show, like, their rules are so ambiguous and they're just enforced based on the employees' like personal opinions and biases. There's no consistency.
things on Twitch are still monetized right now. Not me. They are. So do you understand how unfair the site is? What they do is they bully and focus in on certain people who they don't like, and they allow other people to have completely free reign to do whatever the hell they want.
And the hypocrisy is crazy. Like, it is unreal that they ban stuff, people like DSP or like Destiny, and it's like, it's still, I think people figured out what clip got Destiny banned recently, and it made like no sense. It made like absolutely no sense at all. It was just a random clip of him shitting on some people he was in a Twitter argument with. But then you have Hassan and Frogan who are allowed to literally like engage in terrorist apologia on their platform. They don't have a problem with that at all. It's like, that is so much more severe and extreme. So I totally like that frustration is very real. The hypocrisy and them enforcing their rules.
It doesn't make any fucking sense at all how they operate their site. It's incredibly selective enforcement.
Yeah,
right?
he's like right
It's
on the
who they
money.
like and who
It is selective.
they don't like in any given day. I mean, I streamed on Twitch for 5 years with no problems, and then all of a sudden one day, no monetization for you, Phil. What the fuck are you talking about? Right? So what's happened is over there, if you guys aren't aware, they've had shifts in management, shuffling about. Everything's changed, okay? Literally everything has changed over there, over and over and over. And so now there's this other guy who's a CEO who I guess has been in his role for about a year. And what's happened is...
Also, it's no secret that Dan Clancy's like a huge Hassan fan. He's like openly like a huge Hassan fan. The whole team, including Dan, like called Hassan on his birthday to wish him like a happy birthday. Specifically, just him.
People are arguing the website's gotten worse.
They like love him. And that probably plays into like the moderation thing too. It's like they like this guy, so therefore they're not, enforcing their rules fairly.
Under this guy's watch. And today he put out a post, a public post, which I'll show you. So there's a million posts about that. I'm trying to find his post. Maybe if I do this, it'll just be right here. By the way, this is the picture he puts
Dan Clancy's such a weird fucking guy, dude.
of himself.
The gooning thing is like the worst to me. Like the fucking gooning is revolting.
This guy's old.
The fact that
He
he's
put up a-
gooning to like the streamers, he's gooning to like female like titty streamers. Like when you see like a titty streamer, you think to yourself like, oh, who is actually watching this? Who is like the disgusting, like despicable, like fucker, like some creepy old dude that is watching this content and like donating to them? It's him, dude. It's fucking Dan Clancy.
Picture
That's
himself like in his
who.
20s or 30s. On his fucking
There's probably like a million Dan Clancys watching these fucking girls stream themselves in a bikini, writing their name on their titties all day.
profile. That's not what you look like today, dude. At all. There he is. He's an old man.
That's not what you look like today, dude. Oh my god, fucking base.
He thinks their 30s on his fucking profile. That's not what you look like today, dude. At all.
This is awesome, dude. Why is DSP so good? What's up, Joe Schmo?
There he is. He's an old man. He thinks that he's still 20. So that's what he puts on his fucking profile everywhere, like an idiot. Okay? Some people age gracefully, some people are just fucking stupid.
Like an idiot.
Here we
Oh
are.
my
Here's his
God.
post from 5 hours ago. Okay? I want to make it clear that Twitch stands firmly against hate and harassment of any form.
Oh yeah, I was gonna show you guys this article too, but we can just watch DSP cover it. I feel like DSP is more fun.
You can read more about our commitment to safety and belonging on Twitch here. Over the past few weeks, we've seen members of the community voice concerns about how we handle potentially harmful content. There's no place on Twitch for racism, hatred, or harassment of any kind, including anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. As our community has grown, we've endeavored to build community guidelines to prohibit these harms. It doesn't matter what guidelines you have if you don't enforce them or you selectively enforce them. You can have a
Yes,
list
literally.
of rules, but if no one actually fucking does anything about them, the rules are meaningless. This is like what's happening.
It's just like they are so strict. They are so strict in one way, but not the other. Like, I would just prefer if they were just like, if they just treated everyone equally, whether that is I mean, I would prefer if they didn't ban people for like that much shit. Like, I would ideally want more people to be using the platform, being allowed to say whatever they want, than to have everyone get super like cucked by the TOS, I guess. But it's like, if you're gonna have it and you're gonna have people getting banned for like these mild things, how can you, I don't know, how can you turn a blind eye to like Hassan and Frogan? That's crazy. That like, also I mean, I guess people have talked about this before, but it's crazy that people have just like noticed this. You know what I mean?
Happened in all of America recently, okay? Right
Yellow
now,
Flash, hell yeah. Dude, we could
Oh,
talk
sure.
about Yellow Flash. I actually thought about I was gonna watch your video on stream. But yeah, if you want to call in, you're free to.
parts of the country, notably where I live, crime rates are at an all-time high because they decided 4 years ago, to loosen all the laws and loosen the enforcement of the law. So literally right now, I'm not kidding you. If you go to a retail store and you just stand there for 5 hours, you will witness probably 10 people walk into the store, grab a bunch of shit, put it in a bag.
Dude, why is DSP so base right now? Holy shit, dude, he's calling out the crime. He's calling out petty theft. He's calling out everything.
And walk right out the door. And no one does anything about it. If you call the police, they don't do anything about it. There's no one in the store to stop them.
Hell
That's just
yeah.
common here in Washington State now. Why? Because you don't enforce the rules. It's illegal to do what they did, but no one arrests them or puts them in
Dude,
jail.
DSP says get a job. DSP is telling people to get a fucking job right now. Holy shit.
For it, so they just continue to do it. It doesn't matter what rules you have on Twitch if no one actually monitors and enforces the
Let me just I'll wrap up this segment real quick and then we can talk about Yellow Flash.
rules, then nothing will ever happen to make it a better place to stream. You understand? Twitch is and will always be about belonging. Each day
Belonging.
people come together
Twitch is always about belonging. Everyone can just be themselves on Twitch.
on our service to build communities around shared interests and to express themselves authentically. Yes, shared interests such as throwing money at girls who are almost completely nude. For this
Dude, ever since you started saying get a job on stream, every time I encounter any time that the words get a job are relevant, my brain immediately goes to get a job. The other day I was on like a subreddit for like a music group that I listen to, and they were literally justifying stealing from like, they're like, well, it's not unethical to steal from Walmart or Target. And immediately without thinking, I just was like, get a job. So base, dude.
to be possible, we work hard to ensure that our community is a safe place. Our community guidelines are foundational. This is so bad, I don't want to read this. When we find content that breaks those rules, we take
They
immediate
do need jobs. A lot of people on the internet need jobs.
action. Wrong. That's a lie. That's a complete lie. You do not take immediate action at all. This will always be the case. Wrong. That's a lie. Billions of
Yeah.
streamers with a wide variety of views and perspectives spend time on Twitch. We recognize that some content will allowed on our service may be objectionable to some members of our community. The views shared by streamers on Twitch are not the views of Twitch, nor are they my personal views. We're grateful for the feedback and input from our community. Our safety approach continues to build. So he says nothing. He literally says nothing. Everyone is
Yeah, this is just like a PR statement saying like we've always been against like anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. It's like, okay, yeah, that doesn't really address what people are actually criticizing the company for. The one thing that they did change ever since apparently 70% of their advertisers left was they did implement a new category for sensitive political content. So what this allows is that if you don't want to see that type of content, you can filter it out. Also, advertisers can choose not to show their ads on, Hassan talking to terrorists if they choose to. So that is pretty much how they solved the problem here. But yeah, I don't know. I think that their solution of putting it in a separate category is like, it kind of makes sense. I just would prefer for them to take a step back and be like, okay, we're not gonna like tell Hassan like what to say. We're gonna let people say whatever they want, and we're gonna put it in its own category. But if they do that, they probably should unban Destiny. They should unban pretty much anyone who was banned for political reasons, even like Sneeko or like Fresh and Fit and stuff. I think that it would be a better platform if people weren't scared of like losing their fucking job over political disagreements. It's crazy. It's such a fucking circle jerk on Twitch. There's like one acceptable opinion to have in everything, and it seeps into every community on Twitch. It's like fucking cancer. Every single community, gaming streamers, art streamers, they all have the same worldview on everything, because that's what's acceptable on Twitch, and they know they'll get in trouble if they don't have it. But yeah. Anyways, that is the Twitch update. That is the Twitch update. All right. Let's talk about Yellow Flash. So Yellow Flash 2. This was a gem. This guy's a gem that was discovered by our own friend of the channel, Me Joe Schmo. Me Joe Schmo was the first YouTuber to find him. And yeah, he's a gold mine. This guy's so funny. Let's check out his video real quick while we're waiting for him. Me Joe.
It's your boy.
What's up, Joe?
All freaking all gem, no coal, baby.
All
Let's
gem,
go,
no
dude.
coal. Let's
Yellow
fucking
Flash.
go.
Let's hit it.
Hell yeah.
Let's freaking get it, dude.
Let's go. All right.
All right.
So yeah, Yellow Flash, pretty much. What would you say? What would be your summary of him?
He's a freaking nerd. He's a dork.
Yeah.
Got too many swirlies in high school. That's what I think.
Oh yeah. He seems like pretty much he's just like a guy who's like riding off the like Gamergate 2 stuff, which for the record, like I agree with like a lot of the initial criticisms of Gamergate 2. Like the Sweet Baby Inc stuff is unreal to me. That's crazy. But you have people like this who are just grifting off of the fact that people want more of that content. They want more Gamergate stuff happening. So they start projecting all the Gamergate like talking points onto like every little thing. It's unreal. Let's see, where's the Sonic one?
No, I can't see your screen.
Oh shit, let me stream for you.
Yeah, but the Sonic one's actually a really good point. Like that's a good point to make for the Sonic one, especially because if you look in the replies, this weird thing happened with the Sonic people. You know, the most lovely, beautiful fan base in the world that there's no problematic characters in whatsoever.
Yeah.
And the thing with them is they called him out for grifting. They're like, he's not even a real fan. He's calling Rogue the Bat. He don't even know his Sonic lore. And they kind of rebelled against him here, which was kind of something I was not anticipating.
That's awesome.
So that was interesting.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Based.
All right, let's take a look. A good volume for you guys. Yeah. Yellow Flash. Epic intro.
Sonic X Shadow Generations.
What?
So if you don't know what this is, what's a good way to break this down? So Sonic Generations is a game that has existed for a while. It came out on PS3 and Xbox 360, I believe. It's actually a pretty fun game. I played the original. It was them going back to 2D, which is honestly,
so you could tell he's just like stretching it out too. Like he pretty much, spoiler alert, in this video, he has like 1 point to make. This probably could have been like a 2-minute video, but he's just getting that sweet watch time
for that character.
No, I do his whole video in my video.
Oh,
he has
hell
like
yeah.
5 points, and it takes him 8 minutes to get through them.
Yeah.
And only one of the points is actually a screenshot that is from the new game coming out. But,
Oh
but
my
to be fair to
God.
him, like, you know, this is like, I guess this is, I'm not a Sonic guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with this guy on the merit of Sonic or the merit of what he believes in. I'm going to say he's a dork. And I think the way he covers these topics is funny to laugh at.
Yeah.
And like, because of that, like, you know, like that was my main point in the video. And then just the point is he's saying nothing. The point is just like reading tweets for a video, and I think it's funny.
Yeah. Twitter versus in disguise, dude.
Honestly, with less effort.
So here's his critique. What is this? Wait, what's this newspaper? Something comics.
Noticed it back in
Something
October
irrelevant.
15th.
Might not even be
They
true.
took this Rogue the Bat character and completely covered up her back, which is strange. Like,
They
why are we covering
completely covered up her back.
her back. I don't. What's the reasoning for this? Why is her back taboo? But this is it right here. Hey,
Look at this shit, dude. This is what he's crying over. This was the old design. This is the new design. They're covering her back. Oh my god.
And the funny part is that, again, the Sonic community is not on his team.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, like, you're not even a real Sonic fan. You're not even a real fan, bro. Name Sonic's top 5 songs. Like, and the only people that give a shit are just people that are like troglodyte idiot morons that just want to pretend like they're victims of some woke war that isn't happening. It is not happening to any meaningful capacity. Like,
No,
that is the comedy. That is the comedy here.
It is really funny that like the Sonic fans don't care. I'm sure
They
there's
don't even give a shit.
I'm sure there's like a small like sect of them that are like attracted to the characters and like goon to them. But other than that, they don't care.
They care that the franchise is being changed, but they are sniffing him out. They sniffed him out as, we care, but not for the reasons you care. You're a pervert weirdo.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the difference.
I thought like you comparing him to Chris Chan was such a perfect like analogy. Like
he's Chris Chan with like 20 extra IQ points.
Yeah.
And
like,
instead of
exactly.
Sonic, he likes the Flash.
Yeah, it's literally like, oh, they made Sonic, or they made, what was it? Sonic's tail was like supposed to be, what was Chris Chan upset about? He's like hands were...
Chris Chan was upset about Sonic the Hedgehog's arms being turned blue.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he got really upset about that. He got really mad. And then they actually, in Sonic Boom, the television series, they actually have a Chris Chan character to make fun of Chris Chan. The production team of that show actually roasted him.
That is awesome. I gotta watch that clip sometime.
You just look up Sonic Boom Chris Chan character. It comes up right away.
Oh hell yeah.
And then Chris Chan was like, "That's not me. That's not me. That's not me, guys."
Oh,
there
this
he is.
guy.
There he is.
I have seen this.
This
is so funny.
Yeah. This is Yellow Flash.
This is
Yellow Flash. Actually, it's not because he doesn't like Sonic.
Might I suggest an inverted spin dash and focus your attacks on the mech's vulnerable hamstrings?
They've even got the polo shirt.
Yeah, dude, they don't like it. I actually like Sonic Boom because they like heard all the complaints from the weirdos and were like, yeah, eat shit.
Yeah.
We'll just do whatever we want. We don't care.
No, that's based. Yeah, this is his whole argument. It's just that the bat's back is not visible anymore.
And at the time, the game hadn't been out yet, so that was it. That's all he had. He had this screenshot where the bat's back was not visible anymore.
That is
crazy.
crazy.
He figured it out. He figured out how to make it 8 minutes, bro. He figured it out.
That is unreal, dude. It just blows my mind that like this is important to people. And I think you talked about this in your video too. The reason for them like changing this, it's not like some like malicious like woke thing. It's that the game is a fucking kids game. They're probably just making it more appropriate.
There's basically 2 schools of thought. There's Yellow Flash's school of thought and like the Quarter Pounder, where there's some like woke war being fought, where they're trying to brainwash the masses into being PC or some shit. And then there's the correct opinion, which is my opinion, where they just want to make as much money as humanly possible. So they have like these little PR teams that come through and they're like, hey, or it couldn't even be as simple as that. It could be literally as simple as the people who redid the costume just were fucking lazy and they just didn't give a shit. And they made like the whole back black, like covered. Like, but like, you know, they immediately go to like, there's a conspiracy to make everything woke.
No, yeah.
And this is it. It's happening through Rogue Roach. I don't know. I don't give a shit. The back skin.
Yeah, for sure.
That's where the fight is at right now. This is Gamergate 2 in progress.
Yeah, like I think there is an argument to be made, like where a lot of female characters in games are just like really like ugly or like unappealing. I get that argument, but then they extend it and they like project it onto literally everything. Like anytime a female gets censored,
he doesn't have a problem with feminism. He doesn't have a problem with feminism or any of that shit. He has a problem with not being able to jack off to females. Like that's his issue. If he can't get off to a video game he's playing, it is a crime against humanity.
Yeah,
and then literally he will say as much. That's pretty much, if you boil down his argument, that's what it all comes back to.
Yeah, didn't he say like when I was a kid, I was attracted to these characters, and it was like part of growing up.
He says a bunch of dumb shit. Like I don't know about that particularly, but I found a bunch of dumb shit. Well, me and you went over it, and then
Yeah.
freaking I lost the audio. It was supposed to be part of my video, but yeah, he says a bunch of dumb shit. It's funny. It's funny.
That's
Okay, 'cause
awesome.
he's stupid. Because like a Sonic fan would be mad that the costume was changed. A Sonic fan would be like, "You're changing my IP. It's lazy. I don't like it." Right? That would be the angle a Sonic fan would come from. His angle is you're desexualizing this bat, and that's it. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And then even the Sonic fans are like, "No, that's you're not a real fan. Back the fuck up, dude. We have enough Chris Chans in our audience. We don't need another one."
Yeah.
You know?
Wait, this
You
guy's
should get a
a
job at Twitch.
this guy's like a Grums fan too. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, where was he has a comic, I know. He has a bunch of funny tweets. I noticed that his advertised merchandise changed after my video.
No
I like to live in
way.
a fantasy. Yeah, I like to live in a fantasy world where I did that.
Dude,
It's
you
just
did
the
do that.
first things that are advertised. It's like the first things because when we went over, you can even go on my video. If you click on one of his videos, well, it's like on his videos, the first things that come up were the woke women ruin everything merch, which I made fun of because it's stupid and makes him look like an incel. So now if you find the merch store, I don't know if it'll come up on your screen now.
It's at
Holy
the
shit.
very bottom, but I clicked it.
It should like automatically come out. But whatever. Yeah, I just noticed that the merch had was no longer the forefront of the advertisement, which I just thought was funny.
Yeah.
So I kind of am hoping I did something there, but I probably didn't. But you know, yeah, woke women ruin everything.
Dude, this is so like even just from a purely graphic design standpoint, like this is awful merch. It's like
No, it's so
AI
funny, dude.
generated fucking shit, and then just like the worst, like most atrocious like fonts ever.
And when people buy it, because like they're buying the idea. They're buying the idea that they're a victim. They're buying the woke. Like I bet you the woke woman shit actually sells like fat numbers.
Oh yeah,
because they like that, dude. They like that they don't feel alone, dude.
for sure. I should make some anti-woke jar juice merch, dude. I should just
I
start
should do
grifting.
woke. I
Hell
should
yeah.
write go woke or go broke. That's
Go
gonna be
woke
my
or
new
go
merch line.
broke. Oh
Go
my
woke or go broke.
What is this one right here? The Cuck Cookbook. Shoes. What?
That makes what is he trying to say here? There must be an inside joke here. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's a deep cut Yellow Flash 2 reference. You wouldn't get it.
It's actually really funny. You're just not smart enough to get it.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
True. You have to have a very high IQ to understand.
You got to be
the-
really smart.
The
You gotta
Cuck
be really
Cookbook.
smart.
Yeah. The Savior. Oh yeah, he has like a comic that we looked at.
He has a
too.
comic book. Yeah, he has a trailer. I wouldn't try to react to the comic book because I'm sure that's subject to copyright. But he has a trailer that's pretty fucking dope. It's pretty cool, dude. Much
hell
like Chris Chan, this guy just vaguely ripped off an already existing IP because he's not creative. Much like Chris Chan, his videos are fucking dog shit. And much like Chris Chan, he wanted to make a comic book, but the difference between him and Chris Chan is he has 20 extra IQ points, so he actually was able to make it happen.
Yeah.
So
it looks like he's friends with like the Ripaverse guy, like Eric July. Is that what that guy's name is?
I was watching his live stream. He's got like a whole crew, but look, I that shot. Why are we zooming in on his crotch?
Yeah.
What is this? This is like Captain America meets Iron Man meets the Yellow Flash.
Dude,
This is
he
the most
censored.
unoriginal.
He censored the massive cock.
And
What
yeah,
happened
and they
to that?
censored his mad. Well, it's probably a transgender because he
Oh,
probably
yeah.
likes gawk. I'd imagine he likes gawk.
Yeah.
So, he likes big muscle mommies. He's very proud of that. Actually, did he get rid of those? Because I wasn't able to find those after my video.
What were the big muscle mommies?
He had a video where the big freaking chick from the Resident Evil game was like in her underwear throwing him around.
Oh yeah.
And I wasn't able to find that after my video. So I kind of like am hoping that I did something.
That came up in my like Twitter feed after we talked about him. I just found his tweet organically, like where a ton of people were just like roasting and being like, "Holy shit, this guy's pathetic."
Because I've gotten attention on smaller videos. I mean, Dark Viper came after me for 1,000 view video.
Yeah.
So like his video got like 3K on my channel, which is big for my channel because I'm a little guy that doesn't have a very good big audience.
Yeah.
So those can swing, those can hit, those can be a left hook sometimes. So
For sure.
but yeah, the Golden Patriot,
The
mighty
Golden
Golden
Patriot.
Patriot. Yeah, like it's just funny. It's just funny.
Wasn't
He's
the
just a funny
name
character?
The name was like a ripoff of
The Iron Patriot.
Iron
Like
Patriot.
I told you, he ripped up. It's a combination of Iron Man, the Yellow Flash, and Captain America.
That's crazy.
And the Iron Patriot, dude, he's literally like, it's the most unoriginal trash concept in the world. I don't know if the execution stuck, but yeah, very unoriginal.
That's awesome.
He really shouldn't be critiquing other people's works if this is the crap he puts out.
Yeah,
in my opinion. But of course, I'm Joe Schmo.
I'm with you on that. I feel like, I don't know, people like this are just so like, to me, it feels like they're really just grifting and they have like no actual strong stances on anything. But I don't know. Like maybe he is just like really weird.
I think he's bitter. I mean, I definitely like part of my video was like, no, I actually think he's an incel.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely like, this isn't like an incel that like doesn't like, there's like an incel. There's a archetype of man, archetype of man that does not have inherently left leaning views. And if he expresses an opinion on something of like a woman, inherently he's going to be branded as like, if he says something like sending like, don't do an OnlyFans if you're a teacher at a school. Like that's an ignorant thing. And you're an incel and you hate women. He's not that. He's like, I literally cope and seethe over women in gaming, but literally the most feminist, my understanding of that character that he had the video of getting thrown around by her underwear or whatever, that is like one of the most feminist characters I can think of in current gaming. And he loves her.
Yeah.
Because she's hot.
Yeah, it's just a gooning thing, like 100%.
Yeah, like seriously, he's like his brain don't work, dude. He just hates women. He has like a major fucking issue with women, it appears. It's funny. It's very funny.
Yeah, this guy's insane, like insanely weird. I want to go back to like when Gamergate 2 first happened and see like his content change over time as that drives
Which
up.
I went over that. That was the dumbest excuse. Like the first Gamergate, my understanding is there was a girl that was like banging. There was a girl that was banging people that was reviewing, or they would do like, they were prominent figures in reviewing of video games, right?
Yeah.
And her video game got really good reviews because it turned out she was like banging the people who were reviewing. Like that was the start of the last Gamergate, to my understanding, which is like a legitimate thing to criticize.
Mm-hmm.
If that's all true. I really wasn't around for that. This new Gamergate was this Sweet Baby Inc. company that like openly like talks about like, yeah, these are our goals and these are the games that we have talked about. And then these people are like, they're acting like it's some type of conspiracy, and it just isn't that deep. It's just this company gets brought in probably for financial incentive. Like, how can we make this game appeal to the widest audience possible, right?
Yeah.
So then not everybody wants just a bunch of women running around naked. Some people don't want to see that. So when these people advise against that, then that's a conspiracy and their rights are being taken away from them. And it's horrible. And it's communist China. But in reality, it's just, they want to make money would be my take, which is the correct take.
I feel like the Sweet Baby Inc. thing is like, it's maybe not like a conspiracy, but they definitely, I don't know. I feel like they definitely get money from promoting that. Like I don't remember where I heard this, but I heard that they get like funds from some global like organization for like doing their job basically, and like injecting that like DEI stuff in a bunch of games. But at the same time, it's like at this point, it's been so long since that, and it's cooled off.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, at the end of the day, okay, so like there might be some like, I don't know, I want to say something, I want to use an example that wouldn't be like considered hateful. I don't know, there might be like a pro LGBTQ group of people, right, that found their ways to financially incentivize Sweet Baby Inc. to sway games in a certain way to promote like LGBT culture, whatever. If the games weren't making money, they'd stop using Sweet Baby.
Yeah.
They're not gonna keep doing something that's gonna hurt their bottom line. Like, so like even in this scenario where there's like somebody, like there's some shitty shit going on in the background, right? I still don't give a fuck, because at the end of the game day, these companies just want to make money. Like in China, Star Wars, you got no black people on the cover of the new Star Wars thing. That the American one had who was the African American fellow?
Oh, I don't know. I'm bad with actors. Flynn.
Well, they got rid of him for the Chinese release on the cover.
Yeah.
Because so they're like, oh, Star Wars is woke. No, they want to make money.
Right.
And the Chinese don't like black people. So when they promoted the freaking game in China, they got rid of him on the cover. And in America, we, despite what some people would like to think, most people have no problem with black people. So we've got black people on the cover, like
Yeah.
it's just it's like it's not a thing over here to care about. Like they act like it's a big thing and there is racism. Don't get me wrong, but
Right.
overall culturally there is most people are not racist, and it shows in that type of thing versus other cultures where there is legitimate like accepted racism where they just don't include minorities in the cover of the product.
Yeah, for sure.
Like for financial reasons, for money.
Yeah, I thought the response though when people were like, okay, I'm gonna make a list like of all the games that this company has worked with because I don't want to buy them.
They made the list though. It was Sweet Baby's list. They have the list on their website.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
acted like, oh, I found the list. No, they gave you the list. They're very proud of it.
Yeah, but one of the problems was that the way Sweet Baby reacted to that and the way like Kotaku published an article about it was like, this is terrible that people don't want to buy these games. It was like insane.
Oh yeah, no, you do have a point. There was an attempt to make it look like the release of that list had a significant impact. Like all gamers were like racist, sexist, bigots.
Yeah.
No, you're right. That did happen, but I mean, it went away. I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's
my main critique was the other side of that argument that was trying to make it look like this was just some giant conspiracy to woke brainwash the world, and that just is not the case. That was my main critique. But that did also happen. You're right.
But I don't know, dude. Like, I just feel like all that stuff has like they've run out of stuff to talk about because the Sweet Baby story was like the biggest story, and now it's like they're just trying to involve the anti-woke politics shit in like every new game that comes out.
Well, like look at some of the views he's getting. Like this gamer shit does well. Like whenever I talk about gamer stuff on my channel, it does well.
Yeah.
So like we're talking 4 years ago, he's a 1 million view channel, and now without like the hardcore, like I don't even know what his grift is, dude. Like Bud Light gets devastating news and crazy new boycott twist. Like, dude, like he's just straight grifting, dude. Like, and there is probably like a mix of like genuine like his beliefs, the way he processes things, but like. These political guys are so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
They just pick their team and they regurgitate. They're concentration camp guards, bro.
Yeah.
Like they literally just regurgitate the talking points. They have they don't have to think. No brain activity is required to run a channel like this.
Sometimes I think about how like easy it would be to do that. Like you could so easily be like one of these grifter type people that just have like the widely accepted opinion on your side or the other side. And like how much money you could make from that just by telling people exactly what they want to hear. It's crazy.
Because these people that are watching his videos are like, I'm sorry, like you can get away with low content, like low effort content, but like his videos are like bottom of the barrel for effort, right?
Yeah.
So what people are doing, like, and this happens to me, and I try not to let this happen because I actually like I have like a tiny little bit of pride, I guess,
Yeah.
Probably more pride than I would be willing to admit towards my videos and my content. But they look at the thumbnail, they read the title, and they react to the thumbnail and the title. And they don't even watch the fucking video. Like they just they like the fucking, she can't stop him. Johnny Depp finally gets a win. And then they comment, they're like, yeah, fuck Amber Heard. Like that's the level of interaction they get with the content,
For sure.
Like there's nobody's watching. Like very few people. I would be shocked to find that the majority of his audience is like legitimately like listening to him. They just want to hear him say what they already think to reaffirm their bias, and that's it.
Totally. Yeah. I think also there's this thing where like there's this phenomenon where a lot of people, including myself, just put on videos as like background noise. So that's why like all of those, there's so many channels where people are just like not saying much and just, there's just been a general like decline in some ways in like the concentration of like quality in a video. You know what I mean?
But his videos aren't even long enough to do that. His videos aren't second screen. They're like 10 minutes long. Like
That's
most
true.
videos that are like that, they're like really long, Yeah, I don't know. Because like I have videos that are trash. Like if I want to make, when I want to make money, when I want to cash out on YouTube really quick, I do lots of live streams and I chop up the live streams, and it can be the lowest effort dog shit in the world, and 1,000 people will watch it, and that's the algorithm. I hate to be that guy, but like it's this like I don't know. Like,
yeah,
it's not good. It's like who the fuck says who's I don't know. It's the way they it must be something with how they calculate watch time or something and to advertise to other people my shit. But like I have videos that are like just 3 hours of me reacting to something, and it'll get like way more views than something I actually put effort into.
Yeah.
And it's just like fucking whatever, dude.
Yeah,
You know?
no.
And then I
for
put
sure.
100 million fucking mid-roll ads, and I steamroll the morons with my mid-roll ads so I can make money.
That's base as fuck. Hell yeah.
Fuck it, I don't care.
Any
I'm in it for the moral. I'm in it for the morals.
Oh hell yeah.
I care. I care about what I talk about.
My
I can do
channel is
both to
about
make money.
spreading the right message and doing the right thing. That's what Jar Juice
Yeah.
and Joe Schmo are doing.
I mean, you can do that and make money. I'm just not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no.
I'm not
for
gonna
sure.
lie. I hate when these guys lie. Yeah, I don't. There's no financial incentive at all. I monetized my channel because I don't care about money.
Yeah, literally.
That makes sense.
Any other
Yeah, I
videos
don't
of this guy that we should check out, or?
I was trying to find something because I'm in a slump right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there is just this like there's nothing to them. Like I don't know, you guys watch a video to see how there's nothing to it. Like there's just nothing going on. Like that's why like I like in my video, instead of reacting to him, I just did his video. I went over all of his points in like 30 seconds
Yeah.
and then proceeded to just go through him saying stupid funny shit because I thought it was funny, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to argue with this guy that like, okay, yeah, that was weird, like I don't know why they changed that, but also like you're a fucking loser.
Yeah. I think we need to start doing Yellow Flash 2 bully streams and just like hyper focus on him and make 1 million streams about him where we just watch all his videos.
The Sonic community fucking hates him. If you go to my comments for my video, like the Sonic fans, they do not like this fucking guy.
Yeah.
They do not like that video he made, which I just thought was very interesting because you'd expect them to be like on his team, and it did not stick. They
Yeah.
do not like him. He is a grifter. He's a fake Sonic fan trying to grift off their franchise, and they fucking got mad as hell at him for that, dude. I've never seen that before, really.
That's awesome.
There's some integrity in the Sonic fan base.
Hell yeah.
They don't just take whatever champion is on their team this week.
I think we need a Boblax video about Yellow Flash and his Sonic take.
I don't think Boblax is capable of.
Yeah, did
that.
you see his
dude, like-
comeback video?
Oh no, I haven't, dude. Do you want to watch it?
Sure, let's watch it.
Oh god, I'm Bagel. I'm off tomorrow, dude. I'm fucking pumped.
Oh hell yeah, let's go.
Through it the last couple
Yeah,
months,
dude.
ever since his friend Chris Tyson
We're running COD about
got
the
outed
prestige.
for
Let's
being
go.
He addressed this
Oh,
on
the
his
Mr.
Twitter
Beast shit,
in
I'm so sick
July
of it,
by
dude.
saying,
I know, dude. Me too. I talked
Rosanna-
about his response at the beginning of the stream, and it's just like so boring.
I'm sick of that wannabe content cop and that 40-year-old woman he keeps hanging around.
Oh my god, yeah.
I'm so sick of the combo, dude.
No, that shit is crazy. Like you're talking about
They're
Rosanna
fucking
and
idiots.
Dogpack, right?
She needs she like based on her content, there's no way I can critique her without sounding incredibly sexist. That's just because she's like a baking cooking channel, but like she is a human being is just dumb, dude.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast, I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct.
So this is like the main thing that people were focusing on was just the face cam.
He's hot.
Yeah.
He's really hot.
Yeah, somebody
He's
said that.
he's fucking thirsty, dude. He's gonna get like I just didn't expect Bobox to be that fucking hot. That's crazy.
Somebody literally said that in a comment, like, "Wow, I didn't expect Boblax to be so hot." Oh my god.
Well, that's his deal, right? He wants to be like he's not satisfied with the level of success that he's acquired, which I can respect that to a certain degree. Like he wants to be like some type of superstar. He wants to be like a star, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm game for, right? I don't really care about that. It's just everything else, and it's just funny. It's just funny. It's funny that he thinks this is his path to superstardom. He thinks that he's gonna put his webcam on and just do the old content with his face in the corner.
Yeah.
And this is it. This is literally Yellow Flash. This is what Yellow Flash did. Because there's no content creators that derive off their personality that don't show their face. That's never been done before. So he has to break the cycle to get out of that.
Yeah, it's just like the problem, I think, is that he's built his brand entirely on being like a faceless, transparent person who just tries to like read tweets. You know, that's like his whole channel.
And with heavy ties into the commentary community, which, let's face it, there's sectors of that. The sector that he particularly inhabited is like very kind of rough, right?
Yeah.
Like being a trans or whatever he is. He's like a He's like a non-binary person. He's come out as a non-binary person, and his appearance, many would say, has degraded significantly.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem to have the there's a way to navigate that where he could have won, right? Like you could have just come out as like a really based non-binary person and just like killed it probably, but he appears to just have the gene. He has the lolcow gene. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's had to rely heavily. He's had to rely heavily on the other creators that are more popular than himself to persist, and he doesn't have that anymore.
For
So
sure, yeah.
yeah, seeing him, it's like part of the webcam thing too. It's like seeing him kind of off the rails. He doesn't have guidance anymore. He's kind of just trying to figure it out. He doesn't appear to have the skills to do so. I mean,
yeah,
Jesus
8.6K
Christ.
views too. Like he just killed his fucking channel.
No, his channel is very fucked.
Yeah.
Like, how quick was this dip off? I see a 130K view video right there 3 months ago. How quick was this dip off? I mean, it was very quick.
Very,
it was very
fast.
quick. Yeah, he fucking nuked. That's the thing. Everyone likes to act like the algorithm is the only way to have success. Like, this is a clear example that the algorithm was not carrying this channel.
Yeah.
He legitimately had followers, and now they don't want to hear him talk anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
Yeah, I going back to like the non-binary thing, I feel like people wouldn't really care if he was like non-binary, but the reason that people care about it is because Boblax has made fun of like Tipster for being like trans, non-binary, fucking what is Tipster actually? He's like something sexual. He's like
he's pansexual. He's pansexual.
Yeah. And he's making fun of him for that, being like telling people, "Oh, just because you grow your hair out doesn't make you like a woman and stuff." It's like he's just totally like pandering, like his words hold no weight. So
I'm not even trying to be a dick, but he is autistic, right?
Yeah.
And part of that is they don't get social cues, right? So I've had it before where he'll make a critique where he I'm thinking of an example that I don't want to use because it's very subjective. I'll fucking use it. So Dad the boxer for Creator Clash, right? So Dad is a very beloved character. I mean, there's people that don't like him just because of the Anissa Joma allegiance, but like overall, like he's a crowd pleaser. Like people want to see him box. A lot of people like him, right?
Yeah.
So when he came out, like he got recognition. He got recognition from Joe Rogan. Like he got like mainstream recognition for his walkout. Like, you know, like mass majority of people thought this was cool, right? The way he ran out. And when Boblax was reacting to it, he was like, "What the fuck is this cringe, dude?" Like he like can see it's almost like I like when you're learning to do something, you don't really understand what you're doing, but you know how to, like, you see other people do it, right? You see other people do something and you like know, like, okay, well they did that and that was good. So he like sees that this guy is like being a performer and doing something like weird, and that person works with Anissa and iDubbbz, so it has to be cringe and stupid and goofy.
Yeah, he's
but
like
me letting my hair grow
basically
out and like do all this weird shit, that's not cringe. That's super based and cool. The Boo Boss streams are based and epic.
For sure.
Like he doesn't get it. Like it's just like it was like a dissonance. It's like there's something missing there. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it.
They were talking about a little while ago how like he basically would always just have the same opinions as all of them, as like Nick and Augie and all of them. Every time he branched out and had his own original takes, it would be something that he would get in trouble for, like the Destiny thing. So yeah, I feel like he doesn't understand like the reasoning that goes behind like their thought processes, but he knows how to like look like he is on their level. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, 100%. Like I feel like I've been through that. Like I can't think of a good example, but like again, it's just like something with like when you don't really understand what you're doing, but you're doing it. Like you're a guy like on an assembly line and you're told you have to do this or this won't work.
Yeah.
And then you like try to like figure out ways around it and it never works. You just can't fucking quite figure it out. You try to like get around doing it the way you've been taught to do it, and you just don't understand why the way they taught you to do it works and your way doesn't. So you just have to keep doing it their way because you don't have a good enough understanding of what you're doing or talking.
Yeah, 100%. That's him.
Yeah.
Epic. All right, man. I'm gonna wrap up my stream here. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, dude, based.
Oh.
I'm up, so I was excited to hop on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wanted to point out this video that Joe Schmo made about Yellow Flash. You guys should all watch. This was one of my favorite videos of yours that I've watched. This video is really fucking
I
good.
liked it. I had a lot of fun making it, and now I'm like in a rut where I'm like trying to look for something else that's like fun to talk about, and there's just nothing because everything's lame. But
Yeah.
yeah, him talking about him being really mad about not being able to jerk it to an animated bat was pretty fucking funny. And then
That
he
was
just was so
awesome.
easy. Like he's just so dumb. It was so easy just to go down his Twitter and just find a bunch of funny shit to throw in the video to just call him a loser over.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoyed making it. I appreciate the feedback.
Hell yeah.
I thought it was a really good video too. I even said to Noel I was working on it, and I was like, I don't even give a fuck. This video's gonna get like 100 views. I don't even give a shit because I think it's fucking funny. And the reception was really positive, so that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
like engaging and had like a clear start, middle, end sort of. Like the points were very clear and like it was hidden. It was punching. You know what I mean?
I guess, yeah. I was as a Xander Hall would say, that son of a bitch. He copied me.
Dude, he
Stole my
copied
swag.
you. What was up with that?
Yeah, that son of a bitch. Yeah, he did it worse. He did it worse. He ripped off my video and made it worse. It was crazy. No, it is weird. Is that topic was dead. I was way late to even covering that video, right? Nobody was talking about it. It wasn't even popular when the video came out. And then I made my video about it, and then he fucking like reacted to the video and I'm like, what? Whatever. You know,
Wow.
it's not like I don't own the topic, but I found the timing to be very interesting.
That's funny.
Because he's another guy that can't think of an original thought to save his life. What would he say? Like what he said to Shoe on head. We're shadowboxing Shoe. Xander Hall. I know you know who I am, Xander Hall. We're shadowboxing right now. Why are you stealing my videos, bro?
Dude, I gotta
The
get
voices
more
in my
into
head are
Xander
telling
Hall.
me you're coming for me. Yeah.
Well,
You're fucking
what's
what
a good Xander Hall like rabbit hole to go down?
His girlfriend doing crack and spending all his money.
Hell yeah. I'll check it out.
That's a
Guys,
good
check out Joe
fucking-
Schmo. Sub, let's get him to 2K.
Yeah, let's go. 2K. Get Jarges to 1K so we can get fucking paid.
Yes, let's
Make
go.
that money.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Thank you
Base,
so
man, I'll
much.
get off then. Yeah, man. Have a good fucking night. and
You too,
shit.
man.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. That was awesome. That was a fun call. Yeah, check out Joe. That's it. Thank you guys for stopping by the stream, hanging out and chatting. Hopefully I'll stream soon. I just need to start getting in the routine of throwing together dockets. But yeah, have a good night.